One of the cops, the cop that saw it, he went for the gun and he took it off of him.
Yeah.
And when he took it off of him, he turned around and he started walking away. And then that's when you start hearing gunshots. So my issue is like, hey, this man was not a threat at that point. And even before then, he was not displaying any aggressive movements. He was not approaching. He was not, just being violent in any way. He was trying to assist the woman off of the ground that they had just pepper sprayed, which I'm like, I think is not an issue especially considering the fact that he's an ICU nurse. I'm like, he sees somebody on the ground and in pain, like his instinct is to jump in and try to assist this person, which I got no problem with. And you want to go back a little further, from the video, it looked like they were standing off to the side. It didn't look like they were being, violent. Didn't like they throwing anything. Mm-hmm. So what reason was the like I said earlier, what reason did ICE have to approach them and start pepper spraying in the first place, other than the fact that they feel emboldened, by knowing that they got the president behind them and they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and the president just gonna be like, all right, cool, I sent them there to do this. They do whatever the hell they gotta do.
Right.
So it's like it's a whole bunch of things that combined with bad choices of taking a gun out to a protest, combined with lack of training, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these ICE agents, they seen them, them bonus advertisements. Hey, join ICE and you make $135,000 a year, man. And then if you get relocated, you get a 25% bonus right off top. So I'm like, hey, how soon between them pressing to apply? What's the timeline between that and them being on the streets looking for people? Who knows?
47 days. That's once you hit the classroom,
right?
But
it's like what, and then they don't like what training do they have to de-escalate situations?
Absolutely,
and it's just like that is my interpretation, of what everything I've seen as far as law enforcement go. Their first objective is de-escalation. And that does not seem like what their objective is in these instances, for the most part. Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to see every single interaction with between ICE and...
Back to the point real quick of what were they doing? The lady was in the street blocking traffic. That's what initially caused them to tell her to move aside. The dude walked behind and was filming it wherever his camera. That's how he wound up on that side of the street before they had pepper sprayed old girl and pushed her down, and then he interacted. So it was a point where they was trying to clear the street and get everybody out, which again, like, why would you go standing? It would be better if this was all the case then for like the mayor or somebody to come out and say, hey, no more protesting. Just end it, because people are getting hurt.
They can't do that though.
Oh, they can. They choose not to.
Only way that they could do that is if they were to initiate some kind of martial law or a citywide lockdown.
So who's better in that scenario? People continue to let people get shot and killed on the streets, or just shut everything down and let everybody go about their business? And I guess that would be a real question posed to them. Do we want to keep doing this and keep having people go out and do stupid shit because apparently they're not listening to reason?
But I mean, if they are doing that with the intent to stop people from protesting, then you are flirting with, obstructing the First Amendment.
No.
Yeah. If you are imposing martial law and lockdowns with the sole and purpose of stopping people from protesting because you feel like things are getting out of hand,
I don't think they're not. You want to know why? I don't think they're not. Look at the.
But the whole thing is, my point is on, like, when you're doing that with the intent to prevent people from protesting, that goes into obstructing the First Amendment. Like, you're impeding their ability to practice their First Amendment and go out and protest. Wow. Regardless of what the outcome of it is, these people still have the right to protest.
Okay, so let's do this then. Let's look up the definition of peaceful protest, which is, and tell Tim Walsh or whoever's in charge, you must now follow the protest laws. And by protest laws, if there's more than 50 people, now you need a permit in order to protest. You have to stand on the sidewalk and be X amount of distance away from law enforcement. You can't block traffic. You can't impede on them. You can't run up on them. You can't do any of that. So why not just go ahead and enforce those laws? That way we're not breaking the First Amendment. You can stand on the sidewalk with as many signs as you want and do whatever. Okay, well, maybe they should do that then.
I agree. I got no problem with that.
It's the fact that they are, I don't think any of, like, martial law, I don't think any of that going to happen, because if that was the case, they would have been doing it when the Black Lives Matter protests were going out with George Floyd. They didn't impose any martial law. They was allowed to tear up the street, destroy business.
They didn't do that because it was black people.
But you know.
Wait, you said what you say? What you say?
It was black people.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not.
Well, why you throw the air quotes in there real quick?
Because there wasn't no black people actually out there. The ones
who stole the ATM off of Stony Island?
47. I was over there.
Yeah, who stole? Well, I'm not even talking. I'm talking about the ones on 87.
Another one?
Yeah. Who shut down Jules? Because I ain't seen no white folks when I was sitting there mad as hell.
I'm talking about the protest during Black Lives Matter.
That
was a black event, so that's why
it was like man, when they would protest here in the city,
man, they would
tore up everything, all on the news. People were driving around in their car, getting footage. They were going into stores, beauty supplies, tearing up everything.
Yeah, Kimberwood Liquor didn't even open back up.
It was like, well, do you think it's that notion that they're trying to push? You know, right now, I know I said it before, like, if black people doing it, we okay with it. We ain't got no problem with it. You can go ahead and do it. We ain't going to say anything because you're doing it because you're black, and we don't want to get labeled as racist. We have the right to protest. We have the right to go down there, put up our signs, do all this stuff because we're black. You're not going to say it's because we're black. I'm not going to say it's because I'm black, but the color of my skin lets you know you better not say nothing. You better not say anything to me at all. Do we see black people down here going up against ICE?
I saw 3. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I counted real hard. I was like,
I've been
all
looking.
up on the screen.
I've been looking.
Protesting or obstructing?
Both. Protesting.
I ain't seen no.
First of all, I ain't about to see no. You ain't about to see no obstruction. That's
what I was gonna say. I would only.
You already know the results to that test.
My issue starts and ends with the obstruction. I have no issue with the protesting. If you don't agree with, like I'm saying before, like if you don't agree with what the government doing, that's the birth of our country. Our country is a big ass protest. Like, hey, you got the right to go out and publicly voice your disagreement with what your government is doing.
But we protest differently nowadays.
But that's what I'm saying. The line between protesting and obstructing and rioting, that is completely different. Now, I got an issue with the obstruction and the rioting. Protesting is cool. So my saying, hey, do you see any black people out there is only, do you see any black people out there obstructing or participating, causing
doing
riots?
What they're doing? Like, you ain't gonna see no black person out there getting in front of no ICE vehicle. You're not gonna see no black person out there trying to interrogate ICE. You're not going to see a black person out there trying to impede on the investigation. It makes no sense.
Now, I didn't see a whole bunch of them protesting, like, out there with the signs and the bullhorn and yelling and stuff like that.
And that's cool.
That's cool. Like, that's a protest.
But you know
that's
how we protest. You know how we will jump on top of cars.
No, that's not a protest no more. That's my point. We can't call that protesting. That becomes destruction of property.
But do you know the news media not going to label it like that? They're going to say black people are out there protesting, and then the other side is going to say they're out there rioting, because they're not going to say black people. They're just going to say they're out there protesting. We do see it with the left and the right, how they play on certain words.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And certain media, like, it's okay because black people are doing it, we're going to call it a protest, or we out there people protesting. We all of a sudden we see this pile of the bricks.
Right.
And now we all of a sudden we
like
throwing
protest
bricks
responsibly,
and then they get arrested. But this, like, we.
So it says, what makes a protest unlawful? A protest becomes illegal when it crosses from protected free speech into violence. Property damage or severe disruption, such as blocking traffic without a permit, trespassing, or failing to disperse after an unlawful assembly order, while peaceful, even disrupt deceptive. Demonstrations are generally protected actions like assaulting, impeding, or intimidating, federal officers or other that are legal.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, so, again, if you want to protest, then you have the right to go out there with your bullhorns and your signs and stand on the sidewalk, safe distance away from agents. You're not supposed to follow them. You're not supposed to get in their faces. You're not supposed to throw stuff at them and tell them we want to find out where you're at, and because that's intimidation. So those are the rules in the law of protesting. If you break those, then you're breaking the rules, which means if you get broke off, then so be it. And I'm at this stage of the game, I was like, I felt bad after the Renee Good thing, but it's clearly like people, they don't want to learn. There's no possible way you don't want to learn. So for me, I'm like, have at it. You know what? Go at it. Go balls to the wall. Go out there and you can get your super soakers, your rocket launchers, whatever you need to go take with you. Go take it to the street. Get out there and get busy. Y'all sitting up there talking about there's more of us than it is now. Prove it. That one dude that jumped up talking about he Antifa, that dude need to be in the front lines. Get on out there. Show us how it's done.
Oh, I just realized who you're talking about.
Yes, because I found that video. Yeah, I found me a good popcorn spot right now, and I'm gonna be in front of the TV like.
But Antifa's, that's not even just announcing that you're Antifa. We know what you stand for. You're not going out there to peacefully protest.
Yeah, he said it in a bulletproof vest.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's not even giving the idea that you want to go out there and peacefully protest. You're giving them point blank, hey, it's going to be trouble when you see me on the streets. Right. You're intentionally trying to do something. It kind of like it doesn't make sense. Like what is this? Like, what are we doing? Like, is this what we showing the young people? This is how we have to do things. But from a black person standpoint, you know how we protest. Like, we can't even do that anymore. Like hell. Like, when the last time besides George Floyd? I mean, it just like nowadays. You know, do they really care? Are they really worried about it? Like, I truly don't think so. I truly don't think it's all about pushing the message because, you know, you get those individuals that go out there, like, are they even from the state? You know, and now you get some people out there bringing up Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah. And they trying to compare the situation, but he went out there with a loaded, I guess, what? AR.